I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
You see what I did there, right?
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda. I also am thinking about like all of the young girls who are doing their back to school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this. Yikes. Also, American Eagle is mostly a brand that like teenagers to like young adults shop at, and so the fact that like this type of advertising is being used that feels so for the male gaze and so over sexualized, like I just don't like it. I don't like it even a little bit.
Boy. So we got to talk about the liberal outrage over Sydney Sweeney pushing what they're calling Nazi fascist eugenics propaganda in an ad campaign with American Eagle Outfitters, because apparently Sydney Sweeney has great genes. And because she has great genes, this is Nazi fascist eugenic propaganda, right? And liberals are very upset over Sydney Sweeney having great genes. But American Eagle, their stock has enjoyed a lot of success since this ad campaign, really showing these liberals that America's back. And that's what I want to talk about here today, because that's what this is about. Liberals are upset that non-woke advertising is back, that companies are making money off of not being woke, right? In fact, trying to appeal to a majority of America again. I mean, yeah, shocking concept in business and marketing. Appeal to the majority of the country, not the fringe left, right? So anyways, I want to go ahead and play some clips here of liberals losing their minds over this, because this meltdown is probably one of the funnier ones that I've seen in a long time. It's truly pathetic stuff. Take a look.
Sydney Sweeney has officially flown too close to the sun, and nobody should ever be shooting her bail ever again. Never again. She's shown you who she is multiple times over now. Because, see, everybody seems to have forgotten about / swept under the rug the fact that at her mother's 60th birthday party, they had spin-off hats made of Make America Great Again hats that said Make 60 Great Again. Not only that, her close family was at that party wearing Blue Lives Matter shirts. Not only that, that party was thrown at a ranch, and that may seem like an insignificant detail compared to the other two, right? But you couple the aesthetic of the clothing that people were wearing with the fact they actively chose a ranch as a venue. I don't know. It's kind of just blatantly saying racism to me. It's saying I'm a conservative piece of shit. That's what it's telling me. And people did the typical thing they do when a white person they like shows them that they are actually a conservative. They say, oh, well, that was just their family. You know what I'm saying? They can't control their family's views. Like, that doesn't say anything about their political tilt. You know what I'm saying? And then Sydney Sweeney came out with the statement, oh, you guys, I just wanted to share photos of my mother's birthday party, and you guys made it some insane political statement. No, motherfucker, y'all are wearing Make America Great Again hats and Blue Lives Matter shirts at a birthday party. You are making it political. That attire never needs to be worn at a birthday party.
Your phone is not broken. No, that was not AI. Yes, that was a real ad by American Eagle, and it's a real campaign featuring Sydney Sweeney basically boasting eugenics. A lot of people are upset because there's a lot of nuance to this as to why they should be upset. But at the end of the day, this is not surprising. This is who they have always been. If you've been following my page for a while, you know I believe 3 things. A leopard can't change its spots, the North will always remember, and if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's more than likely itself. And no better example than American Eagle, right? Because I was a teen in the early 2000s, and I remember places like American Eagle, Aeropostale, Abercrombie & Fitch. Yes, Abercrombie & Fitch was the worst out of all of the Y2K brands when it came to like ostracizing people. But, you know, Aeropostale and American Eagle were not too far off, okay? They still carried things like a 000. They weren't as inclusive when it came to their models or who they were hiring. Like, they did a little bit better than A&F, but not much. Which is why this ad is not surprising. Starting off the bat, they went in with queer baiting. A lot of people thought they were teasing Renee Rapp and that this was going to be this big campaign that was going to promote more inclusivity, but joke's on them, it was Sydney Sweeney.
The words we use are never unintentional, and so for American Eagle to say that Sydney Sweeney has good genes is not an accident. So there's an ad that was scrubbed from the internet that said why Sydney Sweeney has good genes. It talks about how genes are passed down throughout time from your mother, from your father, and you get your genes from your parents. Her genes are blue. She wanted us all to know her genes are blue. And this is not a far cry to say that it is the amping up of eugenics in this country. It is the ramping up of choosing certain models, people to promote certain items that look like what they want their customers to look like.
Can Sydney Sweeney stop appealing to the incel market? It's getting annoying. She just did an ad with American Eagle, which is a clothing company basically known for their jeans. It kind of starts with her zipping up her clothes and the camera moving up her body. It is Sydney Sweeney. She's very attractive. And she's narrating, genes are important. They discover things like skin color, eye color, and hair color. Odd. The camera makes it up to her face, and she says, "My genes are blue," as the camera zooms in on her blonde hair and blue eyes. Not to sound like a lib here or anything, but like, if you watch the commercial, it does kind of feel like their Third Reich posting.
So first and foremost, y'all, the ad is apparently supposed to be her selling jeans, but like, if you watch it, you don't get that vibe that that's what she's selling, like, at all. So for starters, right, the ad that I've seen, because again, I'm not sure if there's multiple, I don't even need to see multiple though, but the ad that I've seen, it's so creepy and it's so obvious that they're trying to promote eugenics. Like, and I think, again, this all goes to like my apparently too woke theory that conservative media is literally overtaking like the entire like media atmosphere. Also, I'm switching the lighting because it's making my concealer look so light. And I promise y'all it is not that light. I promise you. Anyway, it'll blend out. I promise you. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so yeah, like when you see it, like it's just like a eugenics campaign. It literally is a eugenics campaign. Like, of course you're going to say that the blonde haired, blue eyed girl has great genes. And people are trying to say, oh, well, it's just a reference to her big boobs. Okay. Like, I'm sure it's also a reference to that. But let's also like, I'm 100% sure at the same time that two things can be true at once. So it's also about literally the fact that she's a white blonde girl.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Now, again, what is this all about? Well, it's about the fact that they're losing the culture war, right? They are upset that an American company can openly, in their eyes, advertise to white people, right? Because they're basically trying to say that this is fascist, Nazi, eugenics propaganda, right? Sydney Sweeney has great genes, which, I mean, she does. In that commercial, I thought that the genes were very nice genes. But if they just so happen to be talking about genetics, I think that she has great genes as well, too, when you talk about that. I mean, I can think of a couple of really big reasons, right, in regards to why she has great genes that should be pretty obvious, right? I think everybody can agree Sydney Sweeney does have great genes. To me, it doesn't matter what those reasons may or may not be, because being white and blonde right? Having blue eyes, that doesn't mean that you have bad genes, right? Just like I don't think being black means that you have bad genes, or being Asian means you have bad genes. Like, even if they mean that because she's white, she has good genes, why is that controversial, right? Especially considering how we just lived through 4 years of blackity black, black and black, right? Everything is great, right? If it's black, black is beautiful, right? Okay. Yeah, we've spent the past 4 or 5 years celebrating blackness. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this company. Not even saying it. Like, they're not even, they're saying it, but they're not really saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even being overt about it. Okay. They're like, okay, a wink and a nod, right? She got nice genes. Basically, the whole point of the advertisement is for people to read into it the way that they want to read into it, right? It's actually pretty genius, okay? Which is part of the reason why the stock has skyrocketed since then, right? I mean, at the time in which this ad campaign dropped, American Eagle got a big boost. But again, what these people are really mad about is that American Eagle, they're not advertising like this anymore, right? They're not advertising to the higher calorie woke women of America, right? They're not doing this anymore, okay? This is from 2019, okay? It went from 2019 to them doing this, right? Also, on top of that, they were doing this, right? This is what they were putting out there, right? They went from this and this to this, right? I think that's an upgrade. America's back, right? America is back, okay? I love it, right? I love it, okay? There's nothing wrong with using skinny white women, right, in advertisements. I'll just say it. I don't think I want to see this, right? I don't want to see this. This does not appeal to the male gaze. Yes, advertisers, when they're advertising clothes for women, yes, they should appeal to the male gaze. Yes, exactly. That's what they should be doing. I don't know why they ever got away from it, right? Why did they ever decide to pull away from it? Because this has always worked in this country, right? If you want to sell something, okay, this has always worked when it comes to marketing to the masses, right? It's always worked, and it will never stop working, right? This will always work. So again, you know, hey, I personally believe that this is hilarious, right? Liberals, again, they can see the writing on the wall here. Corporate America, they're actively moving away from DEI. They're moving away from woke capitalism. Okay, they're moving away from ESG. They're moving away from all of that stuff, and they're actively swinging in the opposite direction, right? The pendulum has really swung the other way here, and corporate America is embracing traditional American advertising. Yeah, that's a great sign about the cultural direction of the country if this is what we're getting back to, right? We're getting back to stuff like this. This is a great sign, right? So with that being said, Sydney Sweeney does in fact have great genes, right? It doesn't matter how much it pisses off these liberals. That is a fact. That is an undisputable fact that they're just going to have to live with. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.